right, guys, one of my best pieces of advice that I would always give people is bite off more than you can chew and then chew it. So I did that, and that put me a little bit behind. So I'm sorry about getting the rest of this stream breakdown with Mike Hollow, Tom Brady, and Blood Count up. This is a continuation of that podcast, so you can watch the rest of this playlist to get the rest of the breakdown. We've been covering some pretty gnarly subject matter, and to put me through the suffering of hearing all that bad news, and yeah, we're gonna do some more. So buckle up, get ready for the party, and try not to be too depressed. Man, I can't with this video. I can't with this this interview right now. We're going piece by piece through an interview with an actual NetherRealm developer, brought to you by Mike Hollow and Tom Brady. I was not a part of this. I wish I was. Actually, it's probably best that I wasn't, because the things that we have heard so far are bad. I would have said awful, nasty things. I probably would have gotten in trouble. I'm not even 100% sure I'm not going to get in trouble for the videos that I'm posting now that I'm making here. But yeah, thus far, NetherRealm Studios is only in existence through some sort of miracle or act of God. That's what where we're at right now, is that the company that makes Mortal Kombat appears to be so mismanaged that I can't believe that there isn't some sort of other supernatural forces involved in this. They said Paulo goes in and does black magic overnight while balancing the game. Maybe I said a joke about human sacrifice, but maybe that's it. Like, I don't know how this franchise, like how this company is like profitable. Like, holy crap, like the bloat and the incompetence and the maliciousness is appalling. Like, as a lifelong fan, I am shocked with what I've heard so far. And with that being said, let's hear some more.
A QA tester is really the best opportunity to get your foot in the door in the game industry, and whether that's at a fighting game studio or a shooter studio. And they are going to assign you stuff like, hey, you got to play Reiku. The designer checked in this special move. Check it against modifiers. Check it against, using these moves, or having the AI or the CPU opponent do like Sub-Zero's ice ball.
So this is why I've always said for a long time that I would not want to work at NetherRealm. A lot of people are like, oh yeah, they get into content creation because, they want to get a job making the games. Oh yeah, maybe if I make it as a streamer, and I've always been upfront, like, yeah, no, I'm not doing this streamer shit to try and get a job at NetherRealm. I don't know that I would want to work there, and I don't know that they could afford me. And just listening to all of this, it's like, yeah, no, they need me to make these games more than I would need to be a part of their team. Yeah, the fact that the best way to get into NetherRealm is through the quality assurance team that they outsource. Like, he's basically saying, like, yeah, like, it's a boys club and you're not invited. That's the big and small of it. But my thing is, like, why would you want to work there? Why would someone want to do that? Like, you couldn't pay me enough. Like, I love Mortal Kombat. I do. I do all this, but you couldn't pay me enough to deal with what this guy has said that he's dealt with, and I imagine that's the tip of the iceberg. But it just, like, yeah, don't see how the sausage is made.
So it interrupts that command grab. It interrupts that buff spell or whatever, and see the bugs with it. The particle effects not turning off or whatever like that. And so not everybody is going to be a hardcore, Stephanie Brownback or
see, and that's the thing, is like, yo, they absolutely need people like us working there. But, like, what would even be the point? Because we would find all this stuff, and, like, it's like what he's talking about. Like, yeah, and then I tell him why this and this and this, and it's just like, oh yeah, but Paulo, voodoo magic. Yeah, man, Paulo's going to do his magic. He's going to make Mortal Kombat so tight. And that was one of the things that he wanted to do. So sorry, your work didn't matter. Like, why would I want to like what could you even take credit for in the game? It's so mopped up in bureaucratic middleman corpo garbage that it's like, who even did what and who made this and who made that, and that's part of the bureaucracy of the corporatization of our economy, is that there's no responsibility. That's it. Like, at the end of the day, even Paulo with his magic room, right? Even he can pass off responsibility because he's not the one designing the character. He just does his magic. He just adds his magic touch. That's what he does. He adds the magic, right? But he doesn't actually have any responsibility or accountability for like making the characters. So when shit falls apart, it's like, well, what the part? Nobody has to take accountability for anything. It's an office and a company run by cowards, and I see why. Like, you see how like freaking just beat down this blood count guy is, right? This guy, he's a real writer. He's a real G. And you just see how they've just beaten this dude into fucking parroting all their Corpo Commander bullshit. It's sickening. It's disturbing. It's wrong. And I don't even know how we're going to fight this, but we're going to fight through this podcast.
Or Dizzy when he started in QA.
Understandable, but I mean, you said, I mean, I could have sworn it was said that there was no patching in that building with the team and everything like that.
No, they were always working on patches, and the QA.
I was talking about passion for the game.
Oh, passion. Sorry.
Passion.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know if I want to hear this, man.
Before,
I don't know if I want to hear that the people making Mortal Kombat have no passion. You know what I mean? Like, do I really want to know? Like, yeah, everybody there is just like clocking in and they don't give a fuck. Like, that dude's always late, and you know, she just hangs out in the break room. Nobody fucking cares. Like, this is Mortal Kombat. This is my favorite freaking game. Like, you're telling me you can't find people that care? I understand I said you couldn't freaking afford me, but at this point, I'm like, bro, I'll do this shit for minimum wage. Just like, but then I just imagine going through all of that, all of everything is this dude, and it's like, damn, would I even, like, yeah, like, the passion, and that's what I keep telling you, dude. The corporations, the corpo bureaucratic infrastructure exists specifically to siphon value from human beings, okay? They drain you of your passion and your life force. It's like, I know I'm using spiritual, religious, woo-woo terminology, but I don't know how else to express this other than to say, like, yo, dude, these corporations will drain your soul. This guy has a fucking smoke avatar. Okay, at one point he loved Mortal Kombat, and now he is here on a podcast basically tearing it all down. Okay, this guy had passion. He had it, and it was taken away over years of attrition and abuse. And it's just like, it's hard to like to discuss this, right? Because it's like, yo, dude, this guy, like, he was probably like me, like 8 years old, like, whoa, Sub-Zero. And then when he probably got his job, and he's like, dude, I get to make Sub-Zero. And now you hear him talk, and it's like all he does is trumpet a bunch of corpo script lines and like try to muster up justifications for why this game is a dumpster fire, because he knows that if he really unleashes what he really thinks and really feels, he'll basically kill Mortal Kombat. That he's holding back. You could tell he's holding back. You could tell in his mind, he's like, bro, if I told you the stuff that I know, you'd never play another Mortal Kombat. And just to think that that is a reality that I exist in is what disturbs me. The fact that there is like so much or more scummy shit that we haven't even scratched the surface of, and the stuff we've already discussed is already like, holy crap, mind-blowing. This is hard, man. Y'all better like, comment, and subscribe tweet this out because I'm suffering having to hear this stuff.